Chosen one, what I'm about to share will completely transform your financial reality. If you're watching this video at this exact moment, it's not by chance. The universe conspired to bring this message to you because right now, a divine intervention is happening in your finances. The chains that kept you bound to debt are being broken now. Can you feel it? It's as if a weight is being lifted from your shoulders. That's because God is signing a decree of financial freedom with your name on it. Yes, you have been chosen to experience a financial miracle that will leave many in disbelief. The debts that seemed impossible to pay are being cancelled at this very moment. It's no coincidence that you're watching this video today. It's a divine appointment for you to receive this powerful revelation. The time of scarcity is over. The time of overdue bills has ended. The moment of constant worry about your finances is coming to an end right before your eyes. You are entering a new dimension of abundance and prosperity. But to fully receive this extraordinary blessing, I need you to do 3 simple things. Subscribe to the channel right now. Leave your like so this message reaches other chosen ones like you. And comment "paid off" to declare in faith that your debts are being cancelled at this moment. This declaration of faith is the trigger that activates the power of this message in your life. If you truly are a chosen one, you'll stay until the end, because your soul already recognizes that this message was sent especially for you. Let's begin our journey of financial transformation now. Get ready to see the impossible happen in your life. Chosen one, at this very moment, something extraordinary is occurring in the spiritual realm. As you listen to my words, the Creator is signing a decree of financial forgiveness with your name on it. This is not just any document, it's a divine declaration that is cancelling the debts that have suffocated your life for so long. You have carried this burden, this weight, for too long. Sleepless nights, constant worries, the fear when opening your mailbox or answering your phone. Each bill that arrives seems like another sentence, another shackle tightening around your heart. But today, right now, that reality is being transformed. Financial forgiveness isn't just about money. It's about freedom, restoration, regaining control of your life. It's about breathing deeply again without that tightness in your chest. The celestial document being signed at this moment is undoing the knots that have held back your prosperity for so long. Did you know that in the spiritual world, each debt has an energetic signature? That signature has created a blockage in the flow of abundance that should naturally flow to you. But now, that blockage is being disintegrated. The divine pen is tracing your name in the book of abundant provision, and the debit records are being erased one by one. This is not a normal process, it's supernatural. It doesn't follow the rules of the financial world we know. It's a decree that transcends the human system and operates under a higher law. While the bank says impossible, the universe responds, "It's already done." While the world says it will take you years to pay, the Creator decrees it's cancelled today. Many have tried to convince you that you deserve this burden, that you should carry the guilt for your past financial choices. But the Creator sees beyond appearances. He sees your heart, your struggle, your sincere desire to change. And that's why you've been chosen for this moment of financial grace. The forgiveness being signed in heaven is not just partial. It's not a renegotiation or a discount. It's a complete cancellation. Total. Definitive. That debt that's been keeping you awake? Cancelled. That seemingly endless loan, undone. Those interests that only kept growing, zeroed out. You're being placed in a new accounting book, a book where your name appears in the column of the blessed, the prosperous, the abundant. The divine signature on the financial forgiveness document cannot be questioned, cannot be revoked, cannot be nullified by any earthly power. But for this decree to fully manifest in your reality, you need to accept it. You need to receive it with unwavering faith. You need to declare out loud, "I accept this financial forgiveness. I receive this cancellation of debts. I enter this new reality of prosperity." When you make this declaration, something powerful happens. The decree signed in heaven finds anchorage on earth. The spiritual materializes in the physical. The invisible becomes visible. It's like a bridge forming, connecting divine intention with your everyday reality. Many have already experienced this power. People who were on the brink of bankruptcy saw their debts mysteriously cancelled. Individuals who were about to lose everything witnessed how creditors inexplicably decided to forgive large sums. Families who were suffocated by loans received notifications of total debt settlement without any logical explanation. This happens because when financial forgiveness is signed in heaven, invisible forces begin to work in your favor. People are touched, institutions are influenced, circumstances are reorganized, all to align with the divine decree that has your name on it. This is not an empty promise for a distant future. The document is being signed now as you listen to these words. The divine pen is tracing the contours of your name at this very moment. The seal of abundance is being imprinted on your financial life right now. Feel that change. Allow yourself to experience the lightness that comes when a burden is removed. That sensation of weight on your shoulders. It's disappearing. That knot in your stomach when you think about bills. It's dissolving. The anxiety when checking your bank balance. It's being replaced by an inexplicable peace. The financial forgiveness signed in heaven is descending upon your life like a rain of blessing, washing away the marks of scarcity and watering seeds of prosperity that were dormant within you. It's time to flourish. It's time to grow. It's time to expand. Chosen one, there is a supernatural force working at this very moment to erase the debts that have imprisoned your life. I'm not talking about common negotiation processes or conventional payment plans. I'm referring to a divine power that is literally deleting debt records in your name in ways that defy human logic. When I say your debts are being supernaturally erased, it's not just a metaphor. It's a spiritual reality that is materializing in the physical world. Imagine a large accounting book where all your financial obligations are recorded. Now visualize a divine hand passing through each page, each line, each number, and with a gentle movement, making those records completely disappear. This supernatural process has already begun. You may not be seeing immediate results, but behind the scenes of the universe, this transformation is in full swing. It's like a divine virus that has entered the financial system that records your debts and is reprogramming everything in your favor. Records are being corrupted, files are being deleted, data is being altered. Many people have witnessed this phenomenon without fully understanding what's happening. Suddenly, they receive a letter informing them that a debt has been forgiven. Unexpectedly, they access their banking app and discover that a debit balance has been zeroed out. Mysteriously, creditors who were relentless begin to offer discounts never before imagined, or even total debt cancellation. This happens because the financial dimension is also subject to higher spiritual laws. When a divine intervention is decreed, no human system can resist. It's like when a software update is installed, the old system simply gives way to the new. Your debts are being reprogrammed, recalibrated, redefined at this very moment. But you need to understand something fundamental. This process operates in the field of faith. Those who doubt, who question, who cling to the limited logic of the visible world can block this supernatural flow. Doubt is like a firewall that prevents the divine virus from completing its work. That's why it's so important that you believe, that you declare, that you affirm this truth. My debts are being supernaturally erased now. When you make this declaration with conviction, you align yourself with the process that's already underway. It's like opening the doors for this supernatural force to operate without restrictions in your financial life. Your faith is the catalyst that accelerates this transformation. It doesn't matter how large your debt is. It doesn't matter how long you've been carrying this burden. It doesn't matter how many frustrated attempts at settlement you've experienced. The supernatural power operating now knows no limits, is not intimidated by numbers, does not stop in the face of accumulated interest or expired deadlines. This is a unique moment in the history of your financial life. It's as if a great reset is occurring, zeroing counters, erasing negative histories, clearing your name from all unfavorable records. The financial system that kept you trapped is experiencing a failure, an interruption, a break that can only be explained as supernatural. Have you noticed how some people seem to have an inexplicable ease in solving financial problems? How they manage to get out of seemingly impossible situations without any logical explanation? This happens because they connected with this same supernatural force that is acting in your life now. They opened the channels for the impossible to become reality. And now it's your turn. It's your moment. It's your financial miracle manifesting before your eyes. The debts that seemed eternal, the debits that grew uncontrollably, the commitments that drained your energy and your resources are being erased by a divine command that cannot be ignored or resisted. Think about the electronic records that keep your debts active. This data is stored on computers, on servers, in systems. But even the most sophisticated systems are subject to failures, errors, reconfigurations. And that's exactly what's happening now. A divine interference in the very systems that maintain your debt records. Soon you'll begin to receive surprising notifications. Emails informing inexplicable cancellations, letters announcing debt forgiveness without any action on your part, calls communicating that your name has been cleared from all negative records. This is already in progress, already happening, already materializing. But don't be surprised if some people around you can't understand what's happening. They're stuck in the paradigm of scarcity, in the system of limiting beliefs that says debts can only be resolved through much effort, much suffering, much struggle. You are operating in a new paradigm, in a new frequency, in a new dimension where the supernatural is the norm. Prepare yourself to witness the inexplicable. Prepare yourself to experience the extraordinary. Prepare yourself to receive the impossible. Your debts are being supernaturally erased at this very moment, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can prevent this divine process of financial transformation in your life. A divine intervention is occurring in the heart, mind, and decisions of those who hold the power to collect your debts. God is literally touching those you owe. This divine touch is powerful and transformative. It's like a gentle influence that completely changes the person's perspective on your situation. Suddenly, that relentless collector feels compassion. Unexpectedly, that inflexible bank manager decides to make an exception. Surprisingly, that financial institution that never negotiated decides to offer a unique and favorable agreement. You must have heard about mysterious cases where debts were forgiven without apparent explanation. Situations where creditors simply gave up collecting significant amounts. Moments when large companies decided to clean up their records of debtors. This is not coincidence. It's the result of this divine touch in the hearts of those who have the power to release you from the financial burden. The human heart is like a river. It can be directed according to the Creator's will. Even the hardest, most rigorous, most inflexible people cannot resist when divine power decides to change their disposition. It's like a seed planted within them that unexpectedly sprouts, causing them to see your situation in a new light, with new eyes, with new understanding. Imagine the president of a large financial company sitting in his luxurious office, reviewing the list of debtors, when suddenly, without any apparent reason, he feels an inner compulsion to clear certain debts from the records. Among those names is yours. He doesn't fully understand why he's making this decision, but he feels it's the right thing to do. This is the divine touch in action. Or think about that individual creditor you've been avoiding for months, perhaps years. That person you fear meeting on the street or receiving a call from. Now, mysteriously, they wake up with a completely different feeling about your situation. Something in their heart has changed. Where before there was irritation and determination to collect every penny, now there's understanding and even a desire to alleviate your burden. This is the divine touch transforming your reality. This intervention is not limited to people. Entire systems are being influenced in your favor. Computer algorithms that determine which debts will be forgiven, artificial intelligence programs that decide which cases deserve special attention, automated processes that select accounts for reassessment. All these systems are being invisibly recalibrated to benefit your unique situation. What seems like coincidence to others is actually a meticulously planned divine orchestration. Each favorable decision, each successful negotiation, each unexpected forgiveness is part of a greater plan for your financial liberation. None of this is random. None of this is luck. All of this is the result of the divine touch on those you owe. You need to understand the magnitude of what's happening. It's not just one or two people being touched. It's an entire network of individuals, systems, and institutions being influenced simultaneously to create a convergence of favorable circumstances in your financial life. It's like a perfectly orchestrated symphony where each instrument plays exactly the right note at the right time. And the most impressive thing is that these people don't even realize they're being guided. They believe they're making purely rational decisions based on cost-benefit analyses or corporate policies. They don't realize there's an invisible hand directing their thoughts, shaping their emotions, influencing their choices. Some of these people may even have dreams about you, inexplicable dreams that leave them with a strong feeling that they need to resolve your situation favorably. Others may feel an inexplicable restlessness until they make the decision to cancel your debt. Still others may surprise themselves when they realize they're defending your case in corporate meetings without fully understanding why. This happens because the divine touch operates at levels that human consciousness cannot fully comprehend. It's a subtle but irresistible influence, like a gentle breeze that gradually changes the direction of a boat without the captain immediately noticing the change in course. But for this divine intervention to reach its full potential, you need to be open and receptive. You need to believe that this is really happening. You need to affirm this truth each day, each hour, each minute. God is touching those I owe. My creditors are being influenced in my favor at this very moment. When you make this affirmation with conviction, you strengthen the energy field around you that facilitates this divine intervention. It's like opening the channels for this power to flow without obstacles. Your faith in this process is the catalyst that accelerates the results in your physical reality. Soon, you'll begin to receive unexpected calls, surprising communications, proposals you never imagined receiving. Your creditors will be inexplicably willing to find solutions you never dreamed were possible. This is already happening, already in motion, already materializing in the world around you. Chosen one, can you feel it? That oppressive sensation that accompanied you daily is beginning to dissipate. That constant weight on your shoulders, that persistent tension in your chest, that chronic anxiety that arose every time you thought about your finances. All of this is being replaced by an inexplicable peace. A serene calm is taking over your being. This is not a common peace. It's not just the absence of worry or the temporary decrease of anxiety. It's a supernatural peace that transcends logical understanding. It's a peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances, that isn't conditioned by the balance of your bank account or the amount of your debts. It's a peace that comes from the deep recognition that a greater force is working in your favor. The financial pressure that has crushed your creativity, your joy, your potential is being removed at this very moment. It's as if a great weight is being lifted from your chest, allowing you to breathe deeply again, perhaps for the first time in years. You were so accustomed to this pressure that you almost forgot what it's like to live without it. But now, that memory is returning. Think about how financial pressure has affected every aspect of your life. The tense relationships because you were always worried about money. The sleepless nights turning numbers over in your head, seeking impossible solutions. The lost opportunities because you were paralyzed by fear of financial instability. The dreams postponed because every penny needed to be directed toward debt payment. That pressure wasn't natural. It wasn't how you should live. It wasn't the Creator's plan for your existence. And now, finally, that unnatural pressure is being dissolved, being disintegrated, being removed from your reality. Have you noticed small changes? Moments when you surprisingly didn't think about your debts. Instances when you caught yourself smiling for no apparent reason. Seconds when you felt an inexplicable lightness. These are not isolated events. They are signs that peace is settling in, that pressure is decreasing, that a profound transformation is occurring within you. This peace is not fragile or temporary. It's not like that false sense of relief that comes when you manage to postpone a payment for another month. It's not like that illusory calm that arises when you momentarily ignore your financial problems. This is a robust, permanent, unshakable peace. A peace that establishes itself in the depths of your being and that no external circumstance can disturb. The peace that's taking over you now is like an invisible fortress that rises around you, protecting you from the financial storms that previously left you adrift. It's like an energy shield that repels the negative vibrations of worry, fear, anxiety about money. It's like a protective mantle that preserves your mental serenity even when you face the numbers of your financial situation. And you know what's most extraordinary? This peace is not just a feeling. It's an active force that is literally reconfiguring your financial reality. When you operate from this state of peace, you make different decisions. You see opportunities that were previously hidden by the veil of anxiety. You attract people and circumstances that align with this new vibration of serenity and abundance. Financial pressure distorted your perception of reality. It was like looking through a fogged glass where everything seemed confusing, threatening, impossible. Now that this pressure is being removed, clarity is returning. The glass is becoming crystalline. You're beginning to see your financial situation as it really is, not as a perpetual sentence, but as a temporary condition that's being transformed at this very moment. You'll notice that this peace brings with it a new perspective on your finances. Where before you saw only problems, now you'll begin to perceive solutions. Where before you saw only obstacles, now you'll see paths. Where before you felt only despair, now you'll experience hope. This change in perspective is both a result and a catalyst of your financial transformation. The peace that's settling in you possesses a magnetic power. It attracts to your life the people, ideas, opportunities, resources, and circumstances that will facilitate your financial liberation. It's as if the entire universe responds to this new frequency you're emitting, reorganizing itself to support your journey toward abundance. Many people spend their entire lives seeking this peace, trying to find it in the accumulation of goods, in robust bank accounts, in secure investments. But you're discovering a profound truth. True peace is not the result of financial security. Financial security is the result of true peace. When you find this inner peace, the external manifestations of prosperity naturally follow. This peace that's taking over you now is contagious. People around you will begin to notice the difference. They'll see that something has changed in your expression, in your posture, in your attitude. They'll feel the calm that emanates from you even when you talk about financial issues that previously left you visibly disturbed. This visible transformation will be a powerful testimony of the miracle that's occurring in your life. In the coming days, you'll notice moments when you instinctively seek the familiar sensation of financial worry, only to discover that it's no longer there. It will be like probing for a painful tooth with your tongue after it has been treated. The absence of that familiar pain will initially be strange, almost disconcerting. But soon you'll get used to this new normality, a life free from the constant pressure of debts. The peace that's establishing itself in you is not just for your personal benefit. It's so that you become a channel of this same peace for others who are still trapped in the anguish of financial pressure. Your experience of liberation will become a guiding light for those who still walk in the darkness of indebtedness. Your testimony will be living proof that liberation is possible, that peace is attainable, that transformation is real. Prepare yourself to witness one of the most extraordinary aspects of your financial transformation: the appearance of resources from totally unexpected places, from sources you would never imagine, from paths you never considered possible. The universe is reorganizing itself at this very moment to bring to you exactly what you need to completely pay off what you owed. These are not common resources that follow the linear logic of the financial world. We're not just talking about a salary increase, a promotion at work, or an expected inheritance. We're talking about truly improbable resources, manifestations that defy probabilities, provisions that seem to emerge from nowhere. It's as if the very fabric of reality was being reconfigured to meet your financial needs. Think for a moment. How many times have you mentally calculated how much you would need to pay off your debts? How many times have you concluded that it would be impossible to gather such an amount? How many times have you felt that no matter how much you worked, it would never be enough to free yourself from this burden? These limitations were based on the logic of the visible world, on the conventional rules of earning and accumulating. But now, a new logic is operating in your life, the logic of the improbable, the unexpected, the miraculous. The resources that are on their way don't follow predictable patterns. They may come from people you barely know. They may arise from opportunities that seem random. They may manifest through coincidences so perfect that they defy any rational explanation. It's as if a superior intelligence were orchestrating a series of seemingly disconnected events, all converging to create your financial liberation. Have you heard stories of people who received unexpected checks in the mail, of individuals who were surprised by inexplicable refunds, of families who received anonymous donations exactly in the amount of their debts? These are not urban legends or isolated cases. They are examples of the same divine pattern of improbable provision that is manifesting in your life now. These resources may appear in surprising ways. Perhaps it's a past client who suddenly remembers work you did and decides to compensate you generously. Perhaps it's a forgotten investment that suddenly appreciates beyond all expectations. Perhaps it's a valuable object you possessed without realizing its true market price. Perhaps it's a skill or talent of yours that suddenly finds a market willing to pay a premium for it. The universe is infinitely creative and is not limited by the same constraints that have shaped your vision of financial possibilities. Where you see only a handful of paths, all insufficient, the universe sees thousands of routes, all abundant. And now these routes are being opened for you, one after another, creating an irresistible flow of resources that will culminate in the total settlement of your debts. Some of these manifestations may seem so improbable that you'll be tempted to dismiss them as mere coincidences. An exact amount appears unexpectedly, a precise value emerges at the exact moment. A perfectly aligned opportunity presents itself without effort on your part. Don't be mistaken, these are not coincidences. They are direct results of the divine recalibration that's occurring in your financial reality. To fully receive these improbable resources, you need to maintain a posture of openness and positive expectation. You need to be willing to recognize that the solution may come from directions you never considered. You need to be ready to accept the help, the opportunity, the blessing, even when it comes in unexpected packages or through improbable messengers. Many lose their financial blessings because they're fixated on how the provision should arrive. They wait for a specific path, for a specific person, for a specific format, and they let dozens of other manifestations pass simply because they don't correspond to the mental model they've created. Don't make that mistake. Stay open. Be attentive. Recognize that improbable resources may come in disguise, may initially seem irrelevant, may present themselves in ways that challenge your expectations. Soon, you'll begin to notice small signs of this flow of improbable resources, small amounts appearing without explanation, unexpected opportunities arising from nowhere, doors opening in places you didn't even know existed. These are just the first drops of an abundant rain that's coming. They're the precursors of the flood of prosperity that will completely wash away your debts. This flow of improbable resources is not governed by the same laws that rule the traditional economy. It's not subject to the limitations of the job market, the fluctuations of the stock market, or the credit policies of banks. It's connected to a higher economy, a divine economy that operates according to principles of infinite abundance, not scarcity. Many people limit their ability to receive because they believe they need to understand exactly how money will reach them. They want to map every step, plan every movement, control every variable. But improbable resources rarely follow predictable maps. They flow through unexpected channels, arise from invisible connections, manifest through inexplicable coincidences that no financial planner could anticipate. It's important that you understand. Your financial liberation doesn't depend on the resources you can identify or calculate. It depends on your willingness to receive the unexpected, to welcome the improbable, to embrace the inexplicable. When you open yourself to all possibilities, when you remove self-imposed limitations, when you broaden your vision to include the miraculous, you create the necessary space for these resources to flow freely to you. You are entering a time of acceleration. What before would take years to manifest will now happen in months, weeks, days, or even hours. Resources that seem distant or inaccessible will suddenly appear within your reach. Solutions that seemed complex or time-consuming will materialize with surprising simplicity. It's as if time itself were being compressed so that your financial liberation occurs more quickly than any human logic could predict. Remember that these improbable resources are not coming by chance. They are answers to your prayers, manifestations of your faith, materializations of your alignment with the divine flow of abundance. Each penny, each dollar, each opportunity that inexplicably arises is a testimony to the transformative power that's operating in your financial life. Soon, you'll find yourself looking at your financial situation with amazement and gratitude, marveling at how everything was resolved in ways you could never have planned or predicted. You'll realize how resources appeared exactly when needed, in exact amounts, through the most improbable and unexpected channels. And at that moment, you'll fully understand the power of divine provision that transcends all human logic. This is not an empty promise or an unfounded hope. It's a reality that's already unfolding in your life, even if you can't fully see it yet. The improbable resources are already in motion, already on their way, already converging to create the financial miracle that will pay off everything you owed. Keep your eyes open, your heart receptive, and your faith unwavering. The improbable is becoming your new reality. Chosen one, we've reached the end of this powerful message, but we're just at the beginning of your journey of financial transformation. What you've heard today are not just inspiring words. They are divine decrees that are already in motion, already working, already manifesting in your financial reality at this very moment. The financial forgiveness has already been signed in heaven. Your debts are already being supernaturally erased. The heart of those you owe is already being touched by a divine influence. The crushing pressure is already disappearing, replaced by a supernatural peace. Improbable resources are already converging in your life. Inexplicable cancellations are already occurring behind the scenes. All of this is happening now, not in a distant future, not as a vague possibility, but as a concrete reality that's unfolding in your life as you absorb these words. You've been chosen for this extraordinary blessing. You've been selected for this financial miracle that will defy all human logic and all earthly limitation. In the coming hours, days, and weeks, you'll begin to see tangible signs of this transformation. Small manifestations that will gradually accumulate to create the great miracle of your complete financial liberation. Stay alert. Keep your eyes open. Be receptive. The extraordinary is becoming your new normality. And as you experience this transformation, remember to share your testimony. Your story is not just for you. It's to inspire others, to show other chosen ones that they too can experience the same financial miracle. Your testimony will be the seed that plants possibilities in the lives of those who are still trapped in the slavery of debts. This is just the beginning. This message is the catalyst that has initiated an irreversible process of financial transformation in your life. Now, to amplify this power, to accelerate this manifestation, to intensify this divine flow, I ask that you do two simple things. Subscribe to this channel and leave your like on this video. These seemingly small actions are powerful declarations of your faith, confirmations of your alignment with the transformation that's already occurring in your life. Financial liberation is already yours. The supernatural cancellation has already happened. Divine peace has already taken over. You are a chosen one, and your time of financial slavery has ended. Welcome to your new reality of abundance, prosperity, and freedom.